Well, I only spoke to you like a couple of days ago, but I got like violently ill afterwards. Like, just to keep it non gross, like the intestinal flu type violently ill. I haven't had a solid meal since. I haven't wanted to risk it. And yeah, I mean, this morning I ate like a tiny little piece of pizza. So I was like, I'm doing an experiment right now. But chugging down the Imodium AD and um, yeah, trying to keep the suicidal thoughts to a minimum. But I get frustrated because I'm watching the roaches win and take over the bathroom. And it's like you go in there and there's like, you can count like half a dozen. All I can do is stagger in the bathroom and take a leak and stagger back out into bed. And my brother apparently is still torturing me for some reason. Because after I talked to you guys on 18th, I talked to my niece, and she told me that he was going fishing that day. That he was later on he was supposed to work on a roof, and then that was off though because he got a call and he was able to go fishing. So he's able to go fishing. That means he's able to call me. That means he's torturing me for some reason. I don't know. I guess he's not gonna call me back. I don't. I think it's been like 10 days since I was pissed at him on the phone. I didn't say anything nasty to him on the phone either. I was just, you know, evidently and obviously pissed because I'm like, okay, if you don't want to help me, you don't want to help me, and that's only two things I remember saying to him is, if you don't want to help me, you don't want to help me. I don't care. I remember saying that, which of course I did care. And then I said, like, I'm used to my family not wanting to help me. And that's like the only two things I said to him. And then I think there was one more thing that I said, which was like I could bring some stuff up, uh, but I'm better than that because I could have brought up the fact that I just like gave him $400 and not even a loan. He's breaking my balls over $100. That's not even my fault that I still owe him because I had it in the drawer. He didn't pick it up, and then like this other person was supposed to pay him $300, and somehow I'm getting blamed and not the other person because they told me that they would pay him $300. They paid him $200, so I ended up still owing him $100. And like I'm not gonna run through the Rolodex of like the different ways that my family is sort of ground me into dirt. You know, it just sounds pathetic when you, even if it's true, when you do that anyway. Um, yeah, I did think about the bed bug thing though. Because I was thinking about the roaches. It's like this lady upstairs gave me roaches, and I can't seem to get rid of them. I don't know if other people in the building have roaches and are just keeping quiet about it. And I'm thinking, like, if I don't get on top of these roaches, they're going to spill over into other apartments, which is going to necessitate interaction with my landlord and possible uh, more interaction with the guy that sprayed me in the face with poison in the first place, the exterminator Cass. And it's like, I got to take care of these roaches. And it's like, I don't, I get tired of being the tough guy all the time, staggering around on his bad leg, you know, and like, I just want to curl up in bed until I feel better, you know. I've still been sleeping a lot. Kind of explains why I was sleeping a lot before the 18th. It's because I was getting sick. I had some kind of virus or something. Anyways, I was able to drink a little bit of coffee this morning, which I wasn't able to drink coffee the last couple of days because, you know, that'll play havoc with your bowels. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with me. I mean, I always say that this isn't going to take very long, but this isn't really going to take very long. Um, I didn't, uh, I didn't stay awake On the 18th, the last time I talked to you, I was like, I got to stay awake for the whole day, but I went to sleep like somewhere between 5 and 7 o'clock. And then I woke up and bad things happened. And then, you know, I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to keep my stomach empty and drink sips of water and take anti-diarrheal medication until whatever's going on with me stops. And a little headachy right now. But no, this just annoys me about what my brother's doing this or why he's doing this. I don't know. I'm not the person that committed the trespass here. I don't know why he can't figure that out. It's like I had his $300 for him. He didn't pick it up. And then like somebody else told me that they were going to give him $300. That's the person that we both trust. And they ended up giving him $200. So the whole thing was started not by me at all. So why are you blaming me? Why are you punishing me? Are you afraid? I don't yell. I never yell at my brother. I wasn't yelling at him when I was angry at him. I didn't say like you're a dick. I don't do stuff like that. I know that he's got issues. I know he's got PTSD and he's got issues. I grew up in the same damn house with the same damn crazy father as he did, in the same screwed up situation. It's like, so I don't do that. So he's got nothing to fear as far as calling me. I feel like he's just punishing me because I called him, like I said, last Saturday. It's now Friday. It's been almost a week and he hasn't called me back. I check my phone every day just in case I missed his call. I checked both phones and his phone number's not on there. He's just not calling me. Then I start, thinking bad thoughts like, well, it's probably best if I distance myself in case I have to take the nuclear option. Because I keep getting worse. I just need some improvement here. Some improvement with my leg or some situation. It's not like I'm not trying. I tried to find a new doctor. They made my leg worse somehow, which I didn't think was possible, but they found a way to do it. And it's not like I'm not trying here, but after a while, you just get beat down. And it's it. I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, you know, I thought about like all the effort I was putting into it and all that. It's like trying and trying and trying, and nothing works out, and trying some more, and nothing works out. And then like actually getting weird roadblocks thrown in your way, like guy with PTSD that served in the Afghani war. That's a severe alcoholic gets thrown in your house more or less because it's just a big house. So he gets thrown into an upstairs bedroom, so you got no choice but to interact with him. And then you end up in the hospital. And then I realized, like, you know what, I need to just stay away from people that are got substance problems, and especially smoking, and you kind of keep to myself. But then keeping to yourself, it's just and everybody gets as interesting as fascinating as I find myself. I do get tired of myself. So it's about 7 o'clock in the morning around here. I gave the cats like one big meal yesterday instead of their usual two meals. Feed them in the morning and then I feed them before it gets dark at night. And yeah, so I gotta go. I gotta figure some ways. Lots of times when you get sick, you have to like fight your way out of being sick. Like do stuff even though you feel like you're gonna fall over. And I guess I have to do that. I have to figure out something I can do today. As far as like keeping your mood elevated, which is really, really important, it's very hard for me to do. It's because I got the bad leg. It means I can't do a whole lot. Like, look what I did. I got this accomplished. I got that accomplished. That was a big deal for me. Like cleaning out my bathroom sink. Now I'm thinking like, well, today, for instance, I can like clean up. See, the way I got things set up is like I feed the cats out the bathroom window, so it causes like a cat food mess in there. I'm like, well, I can figure out some way where I can like line a bucket. The thing is, you cannot keep open cat food cans around, but the garbage is all the way in the other room. And I don't really have any. I got like a small. Even if I throw anything in the garbage can in the bathroom, it's still going to be in the bathroom, and that seems to be where all the roaches are centered at. So, and then like I don't want to use like cleansers that will deter the roaches because I want them to eat that roach poison. So I'm thinking like today maybe I can like clean off uh, with soap and water like the back of the toilet tank where the open cans of like cat food get thrown because it's hard for me to walk around. I'm not going to be like it would be nothing for the average person, but I'm not going to like open up two cans of cat food, walk them all the way into the kitchen, throw them in the kitchen garbage, walk all the way back, and then like feed the cats. Then it's like I'm not taking extra trips. I don't take extra trips on my leg since the 22nd of September. So what I could do is I could do that as a project today to help me get to feeling better. Is like figure something out with that feeding situation because there's a lot of roaches in the bathroom, and that seems to be where they're centered at. So I could put. I don't even know if this roach bait that I have still works because it's pretty old. But I keep it sealed up and I make sure it's airtight in like an airtight plastic bag, and then it has like a weird blue tip thing that I keep screwed down on it. So I don't know if it's still good or not though. I mean, I did already put some down in there, put some in there, and there's more roaches in there now than when I put it in there. So it might be that it's expired or something. So yeah, but when I heard about my brother going fishing on the 18th, I was like, well, he's not sick and he's not depressed, or he's going fishing. I thought about calling him that night after he went fishing, and then like I went to sleep instead because like I said, I got real ill. But I talked to my niece for like a long time, and we had a fairly good talk. Uh, but anyways, yeah, that's about it. I don't have nothing else to say, and I decided that not to ramble on here incessantly. I got nothing going on other than basic survival situation. I don't really know how to get out of it, and I've been thinking a lot. Like um, I'm in a situation like I'm not too far from a nursing home, but I don't know at what point they'll be like, I'll lose my autonomy where they'll be like, yeah, you can't take care of yourself right anymore, so we're going to start making decisions for you. I don't know. I don't even know how to ask or research about that. Not that I'm in any kind of researching mood or mode. I'm still very, very sick, and my stomach hurts over the little bit of Red Baron's frozen pizza I ate this morning and a couple of potato chips. It's like last couple of days I ate two cheese sandwiches and some potato chips and a small piece of Red Baron pizza. Those single serving things. I ate that this morning. I was like, well, I'm gonna try to drink coffee this morning and I see if I can fight through whatever, fight through this intestinal flu or whatever the fuck it is, and try to get better. Because a lot of times you do have to fight against the cold, and you do have to like, you don't want to do this, but you got to make yourself do stuff. Like somebody with fibromyalgia that's got to make themselves move and make themselves walk, like Lisa next door with her grass mowing, where she has to do that stuff to get better. So, I'm going to drink. I also have been, of course, my anxiety's been ramped up because I'm worried about this bullshit with my brother, which I think is dragging on for 10 days now, where the whole thing is stupid. Like I said, if the one person I had his money, if he sends somebody to pick up its money, pick up his own money, not a big deal. This other person that said they would pay him the 300, if they would have paid him 300 instead of 200, it never happens. It's not a big deal, but that's not how my family works. In my family, everything's a big deal. So, yeah, I don't know why he's doing this, or if I should call him up or whatever. I called him up, like I said, and he was half asleep. And I'm like, well, he'll call me back when he's, my sleeping schedule is like usually less weird. So he'll call me back, but he's not calling me back, and I don't know if he's punishing me or, you know. You think I would know him after all this time and after hours and hours of phone calls, but most of our phone calls consist of like not deep conversations, but bullshit, safe bullshit. He doesn't like to talk about too serious of matters. He doesn't like to. He likes to repress his emotions and not get upset about things. So he doesn't like to talk about serious matters. Um, but you know, you think I would know his mind or like what's going on with him? Like, is he punishing me or is he just afraid to call me because he's afraid that I'm going to give him more shit? Is he ashamed for did he think about it and be like, you know what, the dude like did does a lot of stuff for me. He's always been looking out for me, and maybe he's feeling some kind of guilt. I don't know what's going on with him, so I should just call him and ask him like, what's going on. But he won't talk about his feelings anyway. Um, you know, like, what's going on with you, man? It's like, why haven't I heard from you? I'm curious. What exactly feelings are you having? Do you feel that I have the right to ask you to spend money for the $100 that I already had for you that this other person uh, accidentally, I guess I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, lied to me about paying you back? And then I actually had your money in the drawer and that you didn't pick up. It's not like wasn't there for you to get. It's not like I was saying I will gladly pay you Tuesday. It was there. It was waiting for you. And I kept my word. So I don't know what this is about. I know I don't need it. I don't need to be thinking about it. It's hard enough to fight against severe illness. And then I'm like sick on top of it, you know. So I've been having like a lot of thoughts about like, I really I don't want to commit suicide. Not at all. I realized that the last couple of days. I don't want that at all. But I don't want to be in a situation where I lose my autonomy and it's up to other people. You know, it's up to other people. And I'm just stuck in some kind of nursing facility where I have to, you know, be stuck inside a ruined body, suffering. I've suffered enough in my life. At the same time, it's like I don't. It's different if I had a gun. I wouldn't have no trouble with shooting myself. But as far as like eating a bunch of pills, that idea is utterly loathsome to me. So, but my anxiety level, of course, has been amped up a bit. I'm not. I don't keep track of how many Valium I take. I only take. Make sure that I only take 5 milligram doses at a time. The hell's with my throat. And but I've been taking more blood pressure, and I've been noticing my heart more. So I've been taking more blood pressure medication. So you know, but my family don't cut me any slack. It's like I don't have to worry about them treating me uh, like I got ailments and stuff like that. It's almost like they treat me worse because I have ailments. They don't make no excuses for me. I got just a bunch of moisturizer on the back of my hands. That's all. But they don't make excuses for me at all. It's quite the opposite. It's almost like they treat me worse because I'm all fucked up and disabled and whatnot. It doesn't matter how I treat them either. You know, if I kept a list or if I sat there and I remembered like the various things that I've done for you know for them and I weigh them against the things that they've done for me, the scales would tip pretty heavy in my favor. Um, it's just like I made a bad decision. I invested in family a little bit too heavily. I just assumed that they'd treat me how I treated them, and it's like, oh, you wasted your life. It's a hell of a realization to come on in your 50s when you got a severe illness and a blowed up knee and can't walk. But it's like, yeah, you wasted your life. It's like you were too involved with your family and you were too worried about taking care of your brother, looking out for your sister and her alcoholic, and actually any substance you can just about name but heroin he's had a problem with. But your substance riddled uh, brother in law, you looked out for him, you looked out for your sister, and you looked out for your brother, and you looked out for your foster brother. You should have been looking out for yourself, you dumbass, because those people really don't give a shit about you. And I, I was getting little clues of that, like I said, through the years. This is way back in 2010, where I got kicked off of Social Security, and I told my brother about it. He didn't say, "Oh man, that's terrible. What are you gonna do? Are you all right?" I didn't get nothing like that. He just right away said, "I wonder if they could kick me off of Social Security." So right away, his thoughts, instead of like worrying about my plight where I'm actually kicked off of Social Security, he's more worried about the possibility that he could get kicked off of. That's narcissism, by the way. Where he could get kicked off of. It's all about him, you know. He's more. I'm kicked off, and I don't have no income, and he's still got income, but he's more worried about his income that's actually existent than me getting kicked off and where my head's at and my emotions and my feelings and stuff like that. Because that's the first thing he said to me is like, I wonder if I could get kicked off of Social Security. I. It's like I didn't mark that down in my head. Like, what the fuck was that? It's like that's not how I would react to that situation. And so I've had many clues through the years that these people were really only cared about themselves. Um, they care about me, but like in a superficial sort of way, you know. And a lot of it's like, how can this guy help me out? You know, it's like when I forgave that debt where I plunked down $200 a couple of years ago so that these people over here could get their furnace fixed. And I was just like, yeah, forget it. I said, you don't got to pay me back the $200 from that or whatever. But from now on, um, nobody from your family's going to get more than $20 out of me at a time, no matter what's the situation. And right away, he was like, but what if I need to borrow more than $20? So right away, again, the thoughts spin right back to what about me? How does this affect me, me? Which is true narcissism. Now, narcissism in the popular usage means you love yourself. You're real fond of yourself. You think you're great. But in actual clinical psychological terms, what it means is it's like the world's all about you and everything around you is just an extension of you to be used in the service of you. That's true narcissism. But anyways, it's not like I said. It's bad when you're sick because you don't have anything to distract yourself, and you're just like, okay, let me just do a little life review here. So you get the chance to run through all the mistakes you've made in your whole life. And I was like, yeah, that's my principal one. Is like I decided to, instead of concentrating on myself, I decided to worry about all these other people. It's like I kind of saw myself as like, well, you got a disease that's incurable and that's fucked up, and so why don't I just, I kind of saw myself as like a lost cause incorrectly. But it's always easy to, concentrate on other people's problems than your own problems. It's like I should have been addressing my own problems and worrying about myself. But it's easier to worry about other people. And also, I was looking to get self worth, and there could have been something in there like I felt like I wasn't worthy. There was an unworthiness factor in there, like, you know, I'm trying to buy their love by being nice to them. Doesn't work. Don't do it. Anyways, that's all I got to say for this morning. That's my message is, yeah, worry about yourself first. Be kind to people when you have the opportunity to. But in the end, worry about number one. So I wish I would have observed that rule and not been so selfless through the years. Because you're really not, if they're a certain kind of people, you're really not doing any favors. You're just feeding into their narcissism, and they're not going to change because of because you're kind to them. They're not going to be like, oh, that's a better way to be, like worrying about other people before myself. No, they're going to be like, what if I need to borrow more than $20? And they're going to be like, oh, I wonder if I'll get kicked off of Social Security. It's like, you got somebody over here that's like suffering, and you're not really interested in their suffering. It's like my brother. I wonder if, like, I guess I can ask him directly. I just got sick, so I didn't. I got sick, and I just wanted to sleep a lot and not be awake and not have stomach cramps. It's a weird thing to have a fused spine, and you got stomach cramps, and you can't, like, you're almost doubled over with stomach cramps, but you can't double over because you got like a metal rod in your back. Just, it's a weird thing. But I could ask him directly. It's like, what's going on with you? A lot of times people don't know themselves why they act a certain way. Like, I'm not 100% sure about my own self worth issues being why I concentrated on my family and my family's well being. I was probably like trying to buy their love because I didn't feel like I was worthy of being loved. Self esteem issues that go all the way back to childhood and having a father that doled out compliments as much as if we seen asteroids hit the Earth. So, anyways, I don't want to take up a lot of your time. That's only 26 minutes. Yeah, I can actually see that without the glasses on. And I'll talk to you at a later time. Hopefully, I'll be better and over this. I will have committed some roachicide because I really got to get a handle on that. I mean, I'm not creeped out by roaches like other people that like freak out over roaches. I freak out over bed bugs. I saw one that was like too round, and I thought it was a tick. I'm petrified of ticks, and I will freak the fuck out of over bed bugs. I would have invited my brother over here and given him money to clean my house, except for the one time that I did that. I'm pretty sure he gave me bed bugs. So, yeah. So hopefully next time I see you, I will have more health and less roaches. Goodbye.